Hello, Ghost Critic here with Thursday's comic book reviews, and there is quite a stack this week for a change. First week of the month, and well, thought I'd try something new off the shelves this week. You'll get the regular issues that I buy every month, but I thought, looking along the shelves, I want something new, I want something different to read, something different to review for a change. And this basically practically threw itself at me. It is the Manhattan Projects. It's Hickman and Pitara Image comic regarding, well, what is the storyline? It's one of those kind of sciencey, army, secret conspiracy type books kind of feel to it, which is very interesting. It's the whole kind of, it's based around America making an atomic bomb, but it's not, because underneath this complex are even darker secrets, a whole kind of laboratory, secret bunker full of scientists creating incredibly marvellous forward future inventions. And this story seems to be centering on a Dr. Oppenheimer, and this is his first day at this complex. So while he's being shown around the complex and going through all the security procedures, etc., we are given his past life, how he's grown up, and we find he is the twin. He's a brother of a twin, so we have Robert and Joseph Oppenheimer, and we see how they grow up, how they treat each other, how their lives diverge and ultimately converge back in again. And there is a very interesting twist at the end. You can almost see it coming, and then it adds something else on top of it which you may not have been. It was really exciting read. I enjoyed it very much. For something that I had absolutely no idea about, never knew it was coming out, it was really a good read. The art by this Pitara is just exceptional. It's one of those like super detailed kind of, but almost cartoony art. There is just like so much to look at, so detailed, so much in the background. You know, if you keep looking back at the issue, you'll probably pick out something else that you didn't see before. Definitely worth a look at if you're interested in the kind of conspiracy, sciencey. I don't want to say any more because I don't want to spoil the end really, but yeah, really great comic, worth a pick up. See if you like number one. I'll definitely be giving number two a try. My one and only Marvel this week, and that was Amazing Spider-Man, and it's issue 681, and it concludes this Spider-Man in space storyline with Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and John Jameson, who at the moment are stranded in space on this space station, and they're trying to escape. They've just been confronted by these kind of zombie Octobots, as were called at the end of the last issue. But these are just, they're the crew, and they're just being controlled by Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock's little creature, octopus creatures, spidery type constructs. And they just don't have any luck whatsoever. They're going to escape. They know they can't fight these because the crew are still living, so they can't harm them. So what can they do? They can only run away. They're trying to find a means of escape, which is where they are stopped at every turn. There are explosions aplenty in this issue. It's very fast. The banter with Johnny and Peter is there. The humour is there. The kind of stupidity, why didn't I think of that first, kind of plot line right at the very end. It's a good comic. While I have enjoyed, you know, these last kind of two-parter stories that are obviously leading up to our big 50th anniversary event, Ends of the Earth, I just feel it's been padded a little. Yes, they've been entertaining. Yes, it's been, you know, that kind of pure superhero comic typeness, but it has, let's be honest, been padding. Hopefully, you know, this Ends of the Earth is just going to be epic. The last page certainly hints to it. I didn't know this. Doc Ock is dying. He's got, you know, mere weeks to live. So he is about to, you know, put into motion his last master plan. And you have this great little page splash with him, and there's Rhino and Electro and the Chameleon and Sandman in the background. I'm sure it will be explained, but this whole story, why Doc Ock was needed this space station, hasn't yet been explained, but I'm sure it will all make sense in this big epic 6-part, however long it's going to be, storyline Ends of the Earth. One thing that I am predicting is, we've had him say this phrase for so long, since, you know, when Johnny Storm was presumably dead. We've had this phrase from Peter come so many times: no one dies. Guess what? Someone in the next story arc is going to die. I predict it. He's using the phrase way too often. What do you think? Back to Image again, and it is Fatale issue 3, and we have more along the crime side of this storyline, less of the supernatural, the demonic side of this tale, and there is a lot of kind of investigative police work going on here. Still great story. You can see, you know, the plot lines of the previous 2 issues coming together in this one. People being set up, people being double crossed. You get a little bit more information on Josephine, our femme fatale of this issue, and her kind of mysterious kind of supernatural powers. She does seem to have a way with the gentleman, and I don't think it's just because of her looks. Talking about looks, Sean Phillips' artwork, as always, is wonderfully gritty, grim, and very, very good. Well worth a pick up. Apparently, this is going on for at least 15 issues. I did think the run was a lot smaller. So, and I did think, how is this going to ever wrap up quick enough, or is he going to, you know, ruin the ending? But given that we've got quite a lot of issues to go, I think this is going to develop into just an amazing storyline comic book for this year. Now on to DC's, and as you'll have seen from the title of this here video, yes, DC have changed their logo. Let's bring it right up there so you can see it. And you know what? I don't care. Really, if you're buying a comic because of this in the corner, I don't get it. I'm doing it because of this, because of this, because of what's inside this. I don't give a damn about this. It's nondescript. Doesn't really tell me it's DC. I couldn't care less. Moving on, Batman Detective number 7, and I've given Detective especially a hard time. It's been a rocky road, but the wrap up to this story arc, and I consider this issue 7 to be, you know, the 7th part of this story. I've not seen a split anywhere where it stopped and then started a new storyline, despite the fact that we seem to have meandered too far away from how it started. I've never seen a natural gap where it stopped and we've gone on to the Penguin. But this issue, I actually much prefer to probably all the last 6 issues put together. It was much, much better. Plenty of action, lots of threads from previous issues have been resolved, sewn together. We've seen, Cobblepot, we should have expected it, or at least, you know, the guys that went in with him, these kind of Z-list rogues gallery of whoever's baddies they are, they have been double-crossed. Cobblepot's run off with all their money. It was a pretty obvious thing to do. As I said, it's action-packed Batman, you know. It felt like, finally, despite, I mean, it's an average story. I thought it was a very average story, but it was an okay story. And it did feel very much a Batman pre this new universe. I did finally get the feeling that, you know, Batman really hasn't changed in the whole New 52 that much. He's becoming more of the character that I remember reading back before our whole universe changed, and for that I was a bit more grateful. I appreciated that a bit more, and probably why I enjoyed this issue much more. So looking forward to seeing what the next issue's got to promise for us. I would, yes, prefer Tony Daniels to be off this book, but I don't think he is for a little bit longer, but I'll hold out. You never know, he might surprise us in the next story arc. Animal Man, issue number 7. And you know, I have always been a big supporter of this issue, and while I still am, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's coasting. It's by no means a bad comic, but compared to its big brother, and we'll talk about that very soon, this really needs to catch up. It is lagging behind with the action. We're getting these strange reports, you know, we're hearing about all these dead animals that are attacking everyone. Obviously the public at large don't know these animals are dead, that it's just all these animal attacks. So we get a lot of scenes with, you know, gnarled, blackened, rotting corpses of animals, attacking people, attacking cars, etc. And while all this is going along, the Baker family are stuck in their RV deciding which direction to go. There's a visit to the shops, which seem to serve no purpose. Fine, you're hungry, but do we need to see you go to the shops? I don't think so. And then it kind of picked up a little bit towards the end. Buddy Baker falls asleep and he has this dream, and it's a future apparition, a glimpse into the future with his daughter, much more grown up, attacking this creature, and there are other people watching, and they're saying, look, this is what's going to happen to your daughter because you didn't do your job and look after her. And then it just kind of ends with all the animals surrounding the RV. It was a bit lackluster, this issue. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, I'm not just going to say Animal Man's great, Animal Man's great. If it's a poor issue or if it's not as good as it should be, I'm going to tell you. I'm not just going to heap it with praise all the time if it's not that good. And it wasn't. It coasted. It really needs to pick up now. Jeff Lemire can do better. The artwork changes a little bit. It's less Travel Foreman, more Steve Pugh, and Steve Pugh has a lot less scratchy, roughly penciled artwork. Buddy Baker looks a lot more handsome now. As do all the rest of the characters. They look cleaner and more clear. That's the word I'm thinking, clear. Not that I didn't like Travel Foreman's art, it was very good for the first few issues. This is... they're very similar, but Steve Pugh is cleaner. if you're already picking this up, well, you're going to read it anyway. If you wanted to jump on, maybe this isn't exactly the issue to really get you excited about it. I don't know. Penultimate issue of the week, and it's OMAC issue 7. One more to go. Sad face. OMAC finally has a smackdown with someone he can't beat. Who's that? It's Superman. For the first few pages, we have a bit of a smackdown between OMAC and Superman, and OMAC is so outmatched here. It is just a little throw in there. Apparently, OMAC has been trashing Metropolis, which is why Superman's been kind of drawn into this and is battling OMAC. Brother Eye at the last minute transports OMAC and essentially Kevin to somewhere else so he doesn't get killed, and he ends up in this zoo. A strange place to sit. But oh, I'm just going to say Prince Tufton. And anyone who knows who Prince Tufton is, well, know what is going on in here. We have talking animals, people. Anthropomorphically challenged animals. Yes, we are going into the kind of Kamandi history of, you know, those Kirby characters. And you just, seriously, I just wanted somewhere in a tree somewhere Kamandi to come swinging down. It would have made no sense whatsoever, but that would have just tipped it. But instead of Kamandi, we have Kevin is taking the place of Kamandi here. Kevin at once, he's not fazed obviously by these talking animals that are trying to escape this zoo because of all the crap he's been through. Talking animals, that's nothing to what he's been through. So they kind of befriend each other and they go to save Tuffy's father. And, you know, sacrifices are made, a bond is made between characters, which unfortunately is never going to see fruition given next issue is the last one. It has just been a joy, an entertaining joy to read this from start to finish. Once issue 8 comes along, I'm just going to reread it from the very start and just smile my way through it. It's so disappointing that this is going, but going it is. And there's nothing I can do about it. Great stuff. Finally, and pick of the week, and you must know what this is by now. You should have known what my pick of the week was going to be before you even started watching this video. It is a monumentally epic issue. For me, as soon as I'd finished it, I was like, so far, this has been hands down the best comic that has come out of 2012 so far, and could well be the comic of 2012. Swamp Thing issue 7, as if you didn't already know. Right, I am going to spoil this so much because there's no way I can't talk about what goes on in here and do this review of this comic justice. So stop now. It's the last one, so you're not going to miss anything else. Stop it, come back, watch it later once you've read it. If you're still here, it's your own fault. Okay, so we finished with issue 6 and Alec Holland was begging to be made Swamp Thing again. And it picks up straight away on this. The Parliament of the Trees has encased Alec Holland in like this huge thick cabbage plant, and Alec Holland really thinks, you know, he's in pain. It's reminding him of when he was first turned into the Swamp Thing, how painful it was, how horrific it was, but he's not being turned into the Swamp Thing. The Parliament of Trees don't have enough strength left to turn him into the Swamp Thing. And they say even if they had, they would not have picked him. Alec Holland has betrayed the Parliament of Trees by siding with Abigail, and look what has happened. Abigail has been taken by the Rot and becoming their queen, their big power that's going to take over the green and the red. They are not happy. They are feeling well and truly betrayed. So there is this big argument and discussion between the Parliament of the Trees and Alec Holland. One, why they feel they're betrayed, and then Alec going, well, look, come on, I know I've fucked up here, and but you have to make me Swamp Thing. But there's just no way this is going to happen. They completely blame Alec for this, and all through it you just have this most beautiful artwork. I've said before, I have to say I wasn't that big a fan of Yannick Paquette's artwork, but this issue certainly did appeal. There are these panels, it's like every page is almost a 2-page splash, and they are just beautiful. It's like a visual assault to the eyes. Another one there. It's just amazing, and it was gripping, it was exciting, and obviously, ultimately, through a plot device, yes, we have Swamp Thing back. It was just the most amazing issue I've read in a long time, and woe betide anything rotten, because Swamp Thing's pissed. Seriously. God, there was just so much in this issue that was exciting, and just him Swamp Thing using his powers straight away was just awesome to see. There's just so much going on. Every time I look through this page and I see more and more, a must pick up, thoroughly recommended. I can't believe anyone who isn't picking this up, who thinks this is a bad comic. I would love to know why you think this is a terrible comic, because it is by far the best thing that DC is putting out. Scott Snyder, he's a genius. No, he's not. He's not really a genius. He is just a master storyteller. He has got every single point set out, and he is writing to the peak. This and Batman, both titles you should certainly be picking up, and just apparently need to be written by Scott Snyder. So yeah, fantastic. Can't say more about it. That's it, folks, for the week. As usual, subscribers, this is your first time. Oh, just remembered, amazingly, this week I got over 300 subscribers, which I think is amazing. Never thought it would ever get this high, but I appreciate every single one of you that has subscribed to my channel and watched me week after week after week. I'm very grateful to you guys. Next month is my 2-year anniversary on YouTube, so I will probably do a big special there and probably throw in some sort of raffle to commemorate, the 300 and 2 years on YouTube, like I did last year. So look out for that in the coming weeks. Thumb this video up. There's a thumbs button up there. We love the thumbs up. And comment down there. Pick of the week had to be Swamp Thing. I won't take no for an answer. See you later, guys.